Hi. I thought today I would make another get ready with me just because I wanted to talk and just show maybe like some products I've been using that I haven't used in my previous videos, just talk about them a bit, but mostly just to talk, right? I'm trying to film this like from my desk, like this is like my laptop desk. Normally, you know, I have that layout where I'm facing the mirror and that's my normal vanity. It's actually on the side here, but I thought it would be clearer and nicer this way. It's just that I always worry that since my window is behind me, I would be en contre-jour. I don't know how you say that in English, but I think it's actually not that bad because the camera I have actually makes everything so intense if you're in direct sunlight. So maybe like this will be okay. Let me know what you think. I have everything like in front of me and I have a drink too. It's guava and yogurt. It made me realize that I like guava because of the taste, not just because it's pink. I'm not gonna do anything exciting today. I'm just gonna do my normal makeup because I have to go to work after. I already did my skin base and stuff, so we can go ahead and get started. I mostly had like one or two things to talk about, and it's something that I feel affects my life a lot, and it's the tendency to like always feel like everything I like disappears. This is the TIRTIR lip oil, by the way. I'll write down everything I use in the description. I won't focus too much on particular products unless I have something to say about them. By the way, I do have notes because I'm very scatterbrained. This is not going to be like, you know, anything very structured. It's just going to be what I'm, you know, thinking about, rambling. But I did keep some notes so I don't go like too crazy because I know I really can't stick on a topic. I want to talk about how the things I like always disappear and how it makes me feel because I feel like it affects my like daily behavior and like purchase, like how I act as a consumer, right? And so like I said, it's just the feeling of things that I like disappearing, and since they disappear, it makes me act in very weird ways, like where I feel like I need to stock up on things, or I have to buy it now or else it won't be available later. That's kind of like FOMO, but not FOMO in the sense everyone else has it, I want it now too, but more like what if it disappears? Like if I eat mangoes now, what if mangoes stop existing tomorrow? You know, and like that's an extreme example. That I don't actually think that, but like if I find a restaurant I like, will it be there next week? That kind of thing. Before I get into the details, I'm gonna go ahead and fill my pores. You know how it is. I've been trying this new product. It's Orange Skin Deletes by BONAMEDUSA. I saw it recommended a lot by people who have big pores. But yeah, I do find that it is pretty good. It feels really nice when you put it on. This is a lot, by the way. This I think could last me my whole life. Compared to other ones I've had, like the Benefit Professional as well as this CANMAKE one, I think that the finish is nice, but it gets oilier during the day. Like I feel my nose area getting a bit more oily than usual compared to like when I don't use it. Sometimes what I like to do is mix both, which is what I'm gonna do today. Sometimes I wonder if I'm like overreacting, overthinking about it. You know how when you notice something or you learn about something, you keep seeing it all the time in media or like in your real life? Here's how I'm mixing it, by the way. Just mix it up. I feel it happens all the time with me. I just want to run through a few examples, but the most common one is food or restaurants that I like disappearing. I work in a busy commercial area in Hong Kong, and honestly, I feel like I've managed, I'm not saying it's actually me, like I don't think I have the impact like this, but like so many restaurants that I loved just like shut down. I think there's been at least between like 5 to 10. There's like a French chicken place, you know, like the INNISFREE chicken. This Japanese rice bowl place I used to really love that were really generous with the toppings. This sorry, this one Italian restaurant thing that had the only cream pasta I could eat. As you know, I can't eat dairy, but I could eat this cream pasta for some reason. It shut down. Oh my god, it shut down too. There's been so many like that, and obviously as I'm going into skin base, right, the AMUSE cushion, this one that got discontinued, or clothing brands that just don't seem to exist anymore. Like I used to really love Heart Club. If you were around, like if you liked K-pop in like 2016 to 2018, you would have seen a lot of Heart Club branded stuff in like just among what idols would wear. I'll pop up some pictures just so you can see, but I really like their stuff, and I feel like they're just gone now. Like where did they go? Why did they go under if they had so many people wearing their stuff? Like it was really popular at some point. There's other things too, like wanting to get certain Tamagotchis and realizing they were discontinued the month before I wanted to get it, or things like that. Two specific examples I want to share are things that happened in the past 2 weeks. So like, I went to Korea like last month. I guess it's June now, but in April, it felt like last month. I went to Korea and I had like this amazing kimchi, right? And I didn't want to buy, when you have something quite good, you crave it over and over again. Or at least that's maybe me, because I have like very obsessive brain, I don't know. But I didn't want to buy store-bought kimchi because I think it just doesn't taste the same at all. I'm saying the obvious here, it doesn't taste the same. Near my house, like maybe a 15-minute walk away, there's like a big Korean mart, they just sell everything, and among the things they sell is fresh banchan, right? Fresh kimchi included. And I went and it was delicious. It was so good. I loved it. And 2 weeks ago, I went to do some government stuff, and on my way back, I dropped by just to get some kimchi. And girl, literally as I'm walking up to it, I see men carrying out like wooden debris from the front doors. They were like smashing that shit down. It had closed down. Like they were just like, and I was just looking at it like, oh my god. Like this place had been there for as long as I've been in Hong Kong. You know what I mean? That's like at least 8 years. And it just shut down the time I really wanted to eat their kimchi, like I was like kind of obsessed with it. So yeah, that really made me like and then last week I kind of like recently got back into Tamagotchi a bit. I've always liked Tamagotchi, but been paying a bit more attention to it, and I wanted to find the Tamagotchi Uni Angel, which by the way has been discontinued since last month. And I was just trying my luck, and there's this toy shop in Hong Kong called Wonderland that I remember I bought my Tamagotchi meats at, right? So I just wanted to see what they had available, and like I was just gonna go on a walk, so I walked like 4 subway stations, just to see. And when I arrived there, it was fucking shut down forever. And I'm someone who expects these things, so I actually look on Google every time I want to visit a place. It wasn't written shut down on Google, so I was just like, girl, like twice in like the space of 1 week, or I guess it's been 2 weeks now, but like 1 week, girl. Anyways, so those are just a couple of examples of like shit that happens to me, and part of me is like I said, am I just focusing on it so I'm noticing it now? But I feel like even my friend Annabelle, I'll link her channel, right? Go watch her. Like I think she's noticed it too. It's like even become a joke where if I really like something, or if I find something that I really enjoy, we go like, uh-oh, this place is gonna shut down soon, or this is gonna be discontinued. So I'm just like scared all the time. Anyway, let me finish this because I keep talking and I can't multitask very well. I covered it not really well, but I have this like bit of a breakout here because I ate sour cream. I tested my luck, and they said no, you cannot have sour cream. So whatever. I'm kind of okay with getting acne as long as I know the source of it. I remember how it felt like when I didn't know what was causing my acne, but now that I do, I'm like, okay, I kind of deserve that. I know what to avoid. I'll just put it onto my list of things that I can't eat. Which is sad because I like sour cream. I don't know what this kind of mentality is called. Whenever I Google it, I get things like scarcity mindset, which is like, according to what I understand, scarcity mindset is when you feel like you never have enough. It's usually brought on by maybe like your upbringing, if you faced financial difficulties when you were young, stuff like that. I don't think that's what I have. It's not about feeling like I don't have enough. It's feeling like if I find something I like, I better enjoy it or get it now, or it'll be gone forever. Like, that's the kind of feeling I'm getting. Another thing I get when I search it up is like hoarding. Like, just like a hoarder mindset. I think I do hoard for sure. Like, I don't throw things away easily, but I don't think it's just quite hoarding. I don't know. It's related. It's related, but I don't think it fully explains what it is. It definitely does lead to hoarding though. Like, I have so much stuff. But yeah, if you guys have a term for it, let me know, because I would love to find resources on how to unlearn said behavior. You know what I mean? Because I feel like it does affect me a lot. So a lot of things, or a lot of habits I have, for example, include things such as preserving items. So this could mean just having, well, it has different extremes really. Like, for example, my friend Annabelle, again, she bought me this body wash. It was called like Perle de Coco, something like that. It was like a really nice smelling body wash, and I liked the smell so much that I didn't want to use it. So I actually kept it for 2 years. It wasn't a big body wash. I think it must have been less than 100 ml. But every time I would use it, first of all, I would only use it on special occasions. So like when I had to spend a long time in the shower, let's say I had a hair mask on, then I would use it knowing that I would spend a long time in the shower, so I would smell it like for a long time. I would also only push out a tiny bit so I could like make it last. Like, I would use something else first, and then I will use a tiny bit of that to make it last as long as possible. 2 years is a ridiculous amount of time to keep a body wash. I don't think it expired. I don't know if a body wash has like an expiry date, but like it was totally fine till the end. I eventually threw it away. Like, I only threw it away honestly like 2 months ago, but like I had used it all the way, and I actually just kept the bottle around for a really long time too, just so that I could smell it, right? And that's what I mean by preserving like products, where it's like you should be using it. First of all, if you buy a product, you should be using it. Or in this case, I didn't buy it, but like I got gifted it. It's meant to be used, right? And I did use it, like I did finish it, but I didn't want to use it normally. I wanted to just maximize how long I could keep it, just because I liked how it smelled. And I think that's a bit of a extreme example, I suppose, but I think it kind of comes out in other things too. For example, if I like certain perfumes, I'll be scared that I'll finish it and I won't be able to get it again, so I don't spray it much. Or for example, this eyeshadow palette, I've had it for I guess a while. If you look at it, it doesn't look very used at all, right? And I mean, there's like, it looks used because the prints at the top have disappeared, right? But it's not like completely indented, when this is something that I use daily. So it's like, I don't know, I'm looking at it and I'm like, it's like I touch it not much. I don't press in. I don't ever want like products to disappear. And actually that reminds me of something else. Do you remember when I showed you this 16 brand eyeshadow? It's the 16 brand Bricket eyeshadow in Devil Rose, and it's my favorite eyeshadow. So I had 3 of these because these are discontinued, right? And they are super old. They're probably expired, but I really like this color, so I've been preserving it. I only managed to throw one of them away a long time ago. This is so faded. This is how it usually looks. This is like faded away, right? But yeah, another example of products I like getting discontinued. I talked about preserving things, right? Wait, let me finish my concealer. Should zap this acne. I have a, what's it called? A zap, like the acne zap. What's it called? High frequency wand. Yeah. If you suffer from cystic acne, I do recommend it. It does work. It sounds fake. It does work, but don't buy it on Amazon. If you buy it from like AliExpress, it's the same one and it's cheaper. Zap that bitch. What was I saying? Eyebrows. To get back on topic, I was talking about preserving items, right? But another thing I do, and this will lead to the second point I want to talk about later on in this video, that's over consumerism, is the desire to stock up on things. So if I like something, buy several of it. So like this. Or a recent example is I really liked this Holly Banham Strawberry Haze perfume. You saw me rave about it. I still use it every day. It's like, I'm not sick of it. I love it. I bought a second one. Like, do I need to buy a second one? No, I bought a second one because I was scared it would get discontinued. And I'm planning to go back to Korea next month. So why did I feel the need to buy one like online now to get it, to preserve it? when I could, if I wanted to preserve it, I could go back next month and get it in Korea and save myself the hassle, right? But I didn't. And I could also just buy it when I run out. But I'm scared things will disappear. And I feel that even when I feel that my fear is irrational, but then I always feel like my fear is justified because guess what? I stocked up, it got discontinued. A lot of things I wanted to buy, you see these Tamagotchi things, I got given them by a parent who is really nice and likes Tamagotchi. They're like balms. This one's like lip balm. This one's like blush and cheek. There was like an angel gotchi one, a pink one, and I was contemplating buying it, and then last week when I went to buy it, it was fucking gone. Like every other color was still there, but not the pink one. And it's just like these things, they're not a big deal, of course. Like none of these are big deals, but it makes me feel like my nervousness around the topic is correct. Like I should be stocking up, I should be aware. And I don't know, again, like I said, with things like the restaurants disappearing, products disappearing, maybe that's the nature of Hong Kong. In Hong Kong, stores come and go so easily. Like one day it's there, the next day it's just completely gone, replaced by something else. It might just be that, and I'm just very sensitive to it. But I don't like when things I like disappear. I don't know how to say it. It could be that I'm someone like very, oh, sorry, my Tamagotchi just pooped. She's crying right now. She's so ugly. She's gonna be beautiful later. You'll see. You'll see. But yeah, it's like the nature of Hong Kong where things disappear very quickly. But for products, like I don't know. Basically, I use I buy things. When I really like something, I buy it in dupes and I preserve it, or sometimes in 3. The 16 brand eyeshadow, I had 3 of them, and I feel justified in it because it's discontinued. I don't know. And the items I do have, for example, eyeshadow or lip products, I use them only a bit so that they don't run out. And I feel like these are usually when it comes to things that are non-essential. Well, not non-essential, but things that are makeup but not skincare. Like skincare, I don't have any issue. Actually, I have no issue really with over-consumerism with skincare. I use things I like, I'm very stubborn with them, and I just continue using it. But I do think things in skincare don't get discontinued as quickly. Maybe that's why. But like I don't hoard those. I don't preserve it. If something is expired, I do throw it out because I don't play with the shit I put on my skin. Honestly, I used to have really bad skin, so all this to say is I'm trying to be a bit more aware that I have this problem of fearing like everything's gonna disappear from my life. Luckily, this doesn't have to do with people. Like I'm not saying like everyone loves me, no one's gonna leave my life, right? But I mean in the sense, I know how damaging it would be if that mentality was affecting your relationships. Like you feel like everyone you love would abandon you and stuff like that. Like that would, I think that would like be very serious, right? But luckily I'm not affected in that way. I wonder if like part of it has to do with like my childhood. I don't want to get too much into it, but basically the family situation changed a lot when I was a kid to when I was a teen, and like I wonder if things like this behavior might be rooted in that, or maybe it's kind of related to my desire to collect. No, maybe it's not like a collecting thing, I don't know. Anyways, before I continue ranting about the next thing, I'm gonna use this blush. It's currently my favorite blush. It's the HOLIKAHOLIKA Tinted Milk Cream Blush in Taro Latte. By the way, it does come with this puff, but I've tried using it, I don't like it. So I just keep it here so it looks nice, but it's not a blush that looks particularly pretty in the pan once you use it because it's like a bit squishy. I don't know if you can tell, but I really like the texture and the color is so like nice and muted. It's great on me. Of course, it's not going to show up here as usual. But yeah, the second thing I wanted to talk about, which is marginally related, is I guess like my personal feelings about consumption, overconsumption, things like that, because I think that that mentality I have does affect the way I spend my money. Obviously, someone who buys dupes of things that she has not run out of is considered like some form of overconsumption. Like I don't need it, yet I still do it. I'm encouraged to do things like this. And on a similar note, someone like me who tends to spread products thin and not use things very much doesn't need to own many other things, right? Like if I have a few things that work for me and I don't want to use them, then I don't need to buy a new version, right? Because of that, I do want to fix that mentality because I do want to buy more things. That's the thing with me. Like I am just like everyone else, like appalled by the levels of overconsumption I see like online, especially when it comes to people who they do this as their job, like you know those restockers or people who just buy to show. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure you've seen it. I'm not very articulate. Like I agree and acknowledge all the general negatives of overconsumption, like pollution, the way it affects the global south, and especially women there disproportionately, the way it makes people have no appreciation for the things they currently own, you know the general arguments, environmental impact, all that. I'm someone who I actually think I'm not someone who will criticize people for a moderate amount of spending. Like I fear I am someone who does like spending my money, right? But I think as long as people are within reason, like I don't think I'm that unreasonable with it. Like I'm not someone who, I don't know, like you guys can tell me, because like I don't want to sound like I'm justifying myself or something. I'm just trying to express how I feel about it. By the way, I'm using the FWEE blush, like this one, really good muted color. It's Cupid MVO2 Icy. Slay, I love it. Also like a squishy kind of texture, really good, love it. It actually does show up on my camera for once. Maybe this is the angle I should be using, girl. Like direct sunlight, but like my desk, which is in front of me here, has so much more personality than this bland background behind me. So I'm a bit torn. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Like I think buying things you like because you intend to use them or because you value them, you really like them, you thought about why you wanted it, and you decide to make a purchase that would be like meaningful for you, or at least that would make you happy, as long as you acknowledge you're not trying to, you know, like fill a void with shopping, or perhaps just chasing the next trend and being really affected by things like that. I think that that's okay. I think just people need to be a bit more self-aware about it, and if they see themselves falling into like a shopping addiction or becoming very wasteful, you know, like the type of people who buy a lot of clothes and throw them away the next season, I think you should check yourself, right? But like I said, I'm someone who never throws things away. I'm someone who mends and mends and mends, or uses them till death. Like as my sisters may know, like even things like socks, I don't throw them away even if they have holes in them, just because they still work. Like I don't know, I don't want to throw them, I'm attached. Oh, by the way, I'm using the new Flower Nose palette. I've been really enjoying especially this gray one here. But yeah, that's where I kind of stand with overconsumption. I do think people should do their best to avoid overspending. Like people should not buy for the sake of buying. And I do feel like I fall into that category sometimes. I need to be a bit more self-aware with how I spend, especially since, like I said, a lot of it is motivated either by fearing things will disappear. So, oh, I see something I like, I should buy it now because it won't be in the store later. Or I really like this product, I need to buy the second version, or I need to buy a dupe of it. I need to buy this in another color I like. Like I'll usually buy things in pink and purple or something like this, right? Right. I am not immune to like the desire to consume. But yeah, I don't think I'm that bad though. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just trying to justify it to myself. But anyways, the point I really want to talk about in relation to this, and especially YouTube, is how running this channel makes me very self-aware of how I'm spending and how my habits, especially habits of wanting to get things before they disappear, or getting duplicates before, like, you know, just like hoarding things because I'm scared I won't be able to access them later, or I won't be able to replace them later. Like I feel like since I've made this YouTube channel, I've become even more self-aware of it because I see how frequent it is. that I partake in this behavior. So I do want to get better on that front. I really do feel like I have this issue of I need it now, because if I don't get it now, it'll be gone soon. Like when I actually want it, like when I actually do like get it, like want to get it, it'll be properly gone. I'll never see it again. I'm gonna have to spend even more money to get it, because as soon as something disappears, that's another thing about me. As soon as something is not accessible, I will want it even more. You know how like you know how in like relationships, when someone has no interest in you, you want them even more? I mean, I've never felt that way. I'm like asexual. I don't really care about that. But I have that with like items and stuff like that. So for example, if I really want a certain Dongwon photo card, I will be like, yeah, I'm gonna get it. It's not that great, but I'm gonna get it because he's my boy. And then if I notice that they're all like not available, like they're all being sold out quickly and I can't find anymore, then something that I actually didn't want very much, I get very, very like agitated. Like, and when I'm agitated, I'm like a bit dramatic, a bit like sometimes even a bit mean, right? But I the way I act is like I absolutely must have it, or I don't know. I feel like I realized that I was going off topic, so I'm like, calm down, girl, recollect. But I don't remember what I was talking about. I also have very bad memory, as you may have noticed. Like my brain fog goes crazy. Yeah. Anyways, the point I want to say is that I get very heavily affected when I'm like maybe like not able to get certain things, because I worry I won't be able to get them ever. And it's just like, it's so unreasonable, because there's always gonna be a way to get something unless something is truly limited edition. But when are things truly limited edition? You know what I mean? It doesn't like recent, I don't know, like that's just, you guys get my point. Like I'm trying to like rationalize it to myself, but you guys probably are hearing me speak and going like, yeah, bitch, you are thinking like a crazy bitch, you know what I mean? And you guys are right. Like I do be thinking in like a ridiculous way. Oh, I'm using the Romand Better Than Chic blush. I'm just like rambling at this point. What was I saying? My fear of things disappearing make me have certain habits in real life that cause me to preserve or stock up or spread products thin, which in turn kind of makes me very self-aware of how I consume, as in the things I purchase, because I feel like things will disappear. I won't have the opportunity to get something, or if it's something I like, I fear that even when I use something up, since it might take a while to use up, or even if it doesn't take a while to use up, I won't be able to get it again, so I want to rebuy it now and preserve it. The thing I wanted to really get to, which I know it's been like what, 30 minutes, probably more at this point, but I'm just putting it over my whole eye. That's right. That's how it goes. The thing I really wanted to talk about specifically, and I know it feels like I've been like going off and off, but you needed to understand all that to understand this, is that like I feel it's a good thing that making YouTube videos has made me more aware of how I consume, because I do want to improve on that front. Like we can all improve on that front, I feel, right? Okay, this is the Rough But Pro lip pencil. Just want to show you, I really like the color of it. It's actually like if it's not like bright orange, I don't know, it's like proper cool muted. Highly recommend. It's the color 01 He. What was I saying? Sorry, I'm so like over the place. When I make YouTube content, I feel like I want to be more careful about the impact content, like watching videos, has on other people's consumerism habits, right? So for example, I'm someone who loves to watch haul videos, or just people's product recommendations, things like that. But I do know that like it encourages me to spend, and I'm not the only one like this. I've actually had a few people tell me, like both friends and some strangers, that they went out and ordered the perfumes I liked, if they liked my like what I said about it and stuff like that. And I'm really happy, especially with friends, because I really like connecting on YouTube with like friends that I don't see much. You know, it's like a little, hey, how's it going? You know, that kind of thing. But I'm not someone with a lot of influence, and I'm just like a person, right? I don't have a big channel and stuff like that. If I can convince a couple people to spend on something that maybe they didn't really need, then what's to say the impact of, like, if I focus so much on things like hauls and stuff like that, it's not really the stuff I want to encourage. But it's very difficult because one of the main things I love doing is sharing things that I get, right? I really like doing that. And I really like sharing, especially if I have products that I enjoy. I want people to know about them. And in general, especially getting things that are pink and cute, very, like, they appeal to me a lot. So I like showing them. I like these things. Like this mirror, I like showing people I got this mirror. Does that mean I want people to buy it necessarily? No. And I know there's some things that I do. For example, that strawberry haze perfume, you guys maybe don't need to buy it, but you guys should smell it at the very least. But it's very difficult when you have something like a channel like this is like a hobby channel, by the way. I'm not someone who I don't have a specific like theme or vibe around this channel other than it being stuff I like, stuff that is for me. But I also want to try and not encourage overconsumption because it's so easy to do so, and there's so many videos that do that. You're always being sold to online. Like even when you see those little, you know, those little shorts where they're like, I just got a Yes Style haul, and there's like their code there. Even when there's no code, it's just like, oh, this is a genuine, like me when I showed you this. I'm not trying to sell this, but if you also have poor concerns, you might look into it. You know what I mean? So I want to be more careful with these things because I don't think I need to stop sharing products that I like. Pause. I need to lock in with this eyeshadow. Okay, I'm back. What was I saying? Like, again, I don't think haul videos are bad. I love haul videos. I love watching them. And yeah, I am influenced to buy things sometimes. I do think there's a certain responsibility that comes with being a viewer. Like, you should have self-control and not just be influenced by what you see. But on the other hand, I think that anyone, as long as you start making videos, even if you're not monetized, I would say I am monetized in a way because I do gain money from my videos. Not much, but I do. And again, this is not to dunk on anyone who takes sponsorships or have PR. I think that's really cool. I would take PR if I got it, you know what I mean? I probably won't, but the point is, I'm not demonizing that. I think that's totally valid. It's like your work and stuff like that. It's what I mean is like the ones who really trying to sell you things you really don't need, you know, like the restock TikToks, those kind of things, right? Anyways, I think there's like a distinction between the two. But yeah, just because there's a distinction between the two doesn't mean that I want to just say like I'm not like that, so I don't have to worry about that, because it is something that I keep in mind. For example, I recently started making more shorts. Like I made one on this, you know, like just previewing it to try and link it to my other video. And I wanted to, like, they're so quick to make, you know, they're so easy to make. And I personally love watching videos like that on YouTube because I like seeing pretty things. But if you only make videos like that, does it make it feel like you're really pushing, like, you know, like making people want to buy the products, even though like I'm not sponsored by Flower Nose. This is not PR. I didn't get anything from it. I don't have a code with them, you know what I mean? But I don't know. Part of me tells me it doesn't hurt to be self-aware of what you do. Like, I don't think you're wrong for making these videos. I'll probably make some like this too. I don't want to stop talking about things I bought or hauls I've had, but it is something I want to keep in mind. And I'm thinking maybe like a way to balance it out would just be having videos like this where I'm not necessarily unboxing anything, but at the same time I'm still showing you things, you know what I mean? Maybe I can talk more about my other interests, but that takes more time to make. I'm still not sure how to edit those, but I will. I'm gonna make more art videos, girls, like boys, non-binary kings and queens and monarchs, all of you. But I just need to figure out a way to actually do it. It's a bit difficult, but yeah. Anyways, I come rambling here. I'm not even done doing my makeup. I don't like talking about this. It makes it sound like I feel like I have such a big impact. I really don't think in that way. I just mean that I want to be more self-aware about the stuff I put out, and because of that I've been having a lot of thoughts of what to make as shorts, what not to make as shorts. And I think what I've concluded to is that I like this FWEE jelly pot. That's not what I concluded with. I'm just gonna use it right now. Beautiful, amazing, I love it. Doesn't make it seem like you should go buy it because I like it. I don't know, it's much to think about. But what I've concluded is I think I'll continue making these videos, just try and keep like what I said in mind. Obviously it's always in mind. I think just keeping this channel about my hobbies and my interests specifically, and trying to show varied content might be a good way to combat this feeling of like not wanting to really be one of those people who tumbles into I don't know how to express myself. It's difficult, y'all. Girl, I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Oh, crumbled a little bit. You can see Dongwon, like the elephant club in the mirror. Yeah, all this to say, I don't know what I'm talking about. These are just things that are in my head. I do think there are limits, there are differences between people who buy to make content and people who just want to share things that they enjoy. But I don't think that absolves people like me from responsibility, so I want to be a bit more careful. I think that what I'm gonna do is I'm still gonna continue what I'm doing because I really enjoy it, but I want to especially be aware of if I feel that tip where you're spending to make content, you know what I mean? I don't want to buy it just to show it and then not use them, you know, stuff like this. Much to think about, not much coherence going on in here. Yeah, I fear that I felt like if I would talk about it, I would reach a conclusion. Unfortunately, I don't often reach conclusions about personal habits very easily. I know that I'm aware of how things are, but I also know that I am someone who's very impulse driven, and like I said, my desire to hoard and to preserve because I fear things disappearing remains very, very present. I'm trying to find like examples, like instead of focusing on the things that have disappeared, I'm trying to focus on things that have not disappeared. For example, the cleanser I've used since I'm 15, the La Roche-Posay Effaclar cleanser, has not disappeared since I'm like 15. You know, so I'm like thinking, not everything you like disappears, right? My favorite K-pop boy group are one of the rare second-gen boy groups who have not disbanded. They have not disappeared. You should focus on things like this. I don't know why I'm talking to myself in this thing like, girl, do this. But you know what? I will do this, right? So trying to focus on these things a bit more. When I buy things, this is something I've been doing too. If I buy things, especially online, sometimes I just want to buy to smell or want to buy to see, like the swatches of the colors, to smell the scent. I want to encourage myself to not use once and never use again. For example, recently I bought the new you know, like the heart-shaped AMUSE, the heart-shaped Lily by Red blushes, and when it came, it was actually not as nice of a color as I expected. It didn't suit me, I felt. So normally what I would have done is just swatched it and checked to see if it actually did work, and like maybe not used it. But this time I actually just looked at it, like I opened it, I looked at it, I didn't touch it, and I sold it secondhand to someone. Not secondhand new, right? Same with another product that came out and I realized it wasn't the color I wanted. A lot of these things I usually just like I keep them, like it's makeup. Not a lot of people buy makeup that's been opened. So I've been trying to not resign myself that I have to just keep this because I bought it. I usually try and sell it without touching it. I'm trying to think about that a bit more. And the other thing is when it comes to things like smell, I just want to smell it. If I can, order samples instead of ordering a full size. So I've been trying to implement those habits. Anyway, all that to say, as I do some lashes right here real quick, I am going to continue with the regular content. Something I'm planning to do is a K-pop boy video. I know, it's like a bit cringe. No one's here for it. Boo, tomato. But like, it's his birthday coming up, and he has birthday merch. I would like to maybe get that, unpack it, show you like how it looks like, but also mostly talk about why I've been like obsessed with this one guy for like half my life. Like that shit's crazy, you know what I mean? So I think that could be a good idea. I also want to prioritize doing things maybe related to art, although that's still very difficult. Or I have an OC video I've been working on, but I just don't think it might be very interesting for people, so I haven't really like recorded or put it together very well. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna wrap up here. I know my makeup doesn't look very interesting, especially in here. Like the blush, gone. It's bright in real life, like I see it, but you guys don't see it. But that's okay, I'll live. You'll live too, right? Anyways, so those are just some thoughts I've had. I'm sorry that I repeated myself a lot of times. I'm not someone who makes a lot of coherent sense when talking on the spot. I don't think there's anything I missed, but if I did, I might type it down there. I would like to hear your thoughts on the matter, like, or any on anything I said, really. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video, I guess. Okay, that's it for me for real now. Bye.